1010 Wins.
I think it's important to be better informed about what's going on around you.
They cover everything.
I like the way they present it.
1010 Wins.
At 92.3 FM.
WINS, WINS-FM in HD1 New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
More people get their news from 1010 Wins and from any other radio station in the nation. John Davis is our service aide. Sweetina Kakar is at the editor's desk. I'm Mario Bosquez.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM, New York.
37 degrees, cloudy at 10 o'clock. Good evening, I'm Lane Bajardi, and here's what's happening. The Air Canada plane that crashed into a fire truck at LaGuardia last night remains on the runway, where an NTSB team is now investigating.
It was an aviation disaster, the likes of which we have not seen here in over 3 decades.
In the early stages, there are questions about air traffic control decisions here. ICE agents have been sent to Newark and Kennedy airports, among others, as more TSA agents call out sick. Bloodshed in the Sheepshead Bay houses. A 16-year-old boy shot and killed tonight. Iran says they are not talking to the U.S., despite President Trump's claim that talks have begun in an effort to wind down the ongoing war. $5,000 a month for rent. New report says that's the median now for market-rate apartments in Manhattan, and Brooklyn isn't too far behind. Rangers hosting the Senators. The Nets play late in Portland. AccuWeather says stray shower early. Otherwise, clearing, brisk, and colder tonight. Low 32 in Midtown. Cool despite plenty of sunshine tomorrow. High 47. Winds News Time 10:01. Let's get you where you need to go with Kelly Dillon.
Bumper to bumper now on the Thruway, New York State Thruway, northbound into exit 4. A new accident knocks out the right lane, so getting quite crowded here. In Midtown, luckily, we're moving all right now on the West Side Highway and the FDR. In Brooklyn, the inbound Gowanus backing up at Hamilton Ave with construction knocking out a lane. Then eastbound, the BQE is getting quite slow heading into Flushing Ave tonight. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. Moving well in Nassau County on the LIE. Also, no trouble to report on the northern or southern states. In Jersey, the eastbound North Bay extension at 14A in Bayonne. The right lane is out with a stalled car. Still a slow go into that scene. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Nice ride on the George, no problems. The Lincoln and the Holland are moving well. Out the Jersey bound Outer Bridge crossing, bumper to bumper now with right lane construction. The Goethals is much better. Kelly Dillon, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
The NTSB beginning the investigation into last night's deadly crash of an Air Canada plane into a fire truck on the runway at LaGuardia.
As the NTSB does its work, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy was pressed about air traffic controllers at LaGuardia.
Information that we have, but we give it to the NTSB. They analyze it, and they make the judgment call on what should have happened in regard to air traffic control, trucks, and airplanes.
He did say a rumor that there was only one in the tower Sunday night is inaccurate.
As our airports go, LaGuardia is a very well-staffed airport. We're a couple controllers short.
Their target is 37. They have 33 with several others in training. Mac Rosenberg, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM at LaGuardia.
We're hearing the air traffic control audio from the time of the crash. A controller initially gives a fire truck permission to cross the runway, but yells stop, stop, stop before it collides with the plane. Moments later, this reaction over the radio.
That wasn't good to watch.
Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to my staff, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier, and I messed up.
No, man, you did the best you could.
NTSB Chair Jennifer Hamady is on the scene. She says Transportation Safety Board members are facing the same issues trying to get to LaGuardia as other travelers. The investigation in the very earliest stages.
We did a walking inspection of the scene, and we have a site commander doing a really important job, which is a safety walkthrough of the scene to make sure our investigators are safe.
LaGuardia reopened after many morning and afternoon flights were canceled, many others delayed. Passengers told us they tried to make the best of it.
I was going to come like 4 hours early because I know it's like a 2 to 3 hour wait at TSA.
Everything is so bad that you just kind of expect the next part to be bad.
We just got to go with what we got.
ICE agents have been sent to 14 airports where wait times are growing due to a shortage of TSA agents. The immigration force now standing by to work the security lines at JFK and Newark, among others. People waiting as long as 4 hours as the number of officers who didn't show up to work over the weekend reached record highs. At LAX, the ICE agents deployed aren't having much of an impact at all on operations.
They don't have the training to do the magnetometers and the x-ray machines and all of that. So really what we are seeing is they are in uniform, standing around some of the security checkpoint lines. They can maybe replace, that one TSA agent that you often see at the exit, making sure people don't go in the exit. They can do that job of manning that exit, but actually doing the security, they don't have the training for that. So it doesn't seem that they're going to be able to speed up the lines by helping out in that way.
Correspondent Alex Stone, Democrats in Washington have repeatedly pushed for votes to immediately fund TSA, FEMA, and other non-immigration-related parts of DHS. While some Republican senators also support that, President Trump has told them all to only support an all-or-nothing position. A 16-year-old boy shot and killed in Brooklyn public housing. NYPD says it happened just before 6 inside NYCHA's Sheepshead Bay houses. The teen shot in the chest, taken to Coney Island Hospital where he died. Police looking for one shooter who fled the scene. A man found guilty in connection with the fentanyl and cocaine death of his 2-year-old son. 56-year-old Anthony Rosa of the East Village, convicted of second-degree manslaughter, second-degree aggravated harassment. DA Alvin Bragg says he allowed his son Charlie to ingest lethal doses of the drugs while under his care.
Fentanyl is something that we see in lots of forms doing havoc on our streets, and it's always a scourge. But to have it here, proximate to a 2-year-old and proximate to because of the acts of someone who was supposed to be caring for and minding that child is just deeply, deeply disturbing.
Rosa faces up to 15 years in prison when sentenced. 2 Nassau County police officers are being called heroes after saving a baby from choking in Roslyn Heights last night.
Authorities say they received a panic 911 call from a mother who says her baby was choking and crying and she was unable to dislodge whatever was in the child's throat. Nassau County police officers responded to the Roslyn Heights house. The officers used back slaps, and soon they were able to remove a plastic wrapper obstructing the baby boy's airway. No additional medical treatment was needed. Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM on Long Island.
Bill Cosby's been found liable for drugging and sexually assaulting a woman back in 1972. California civil trial jury awarding Donna Motzinger $19.25 million in damages tonight. Motzinger was a server in a Sausalito restaurant when she says Cosby gave her what she thought was aspirin. Instead, she went in and out of consciousness and says she woke up knowing Cosby had drugged and raped her. Cosby denied the allegations but did not testify in his own defense. His attorneys say they will appeal. President Trump says American envoys have been talking to an Iranian leader about ending the war. In response, official Islamic Republic media denies any such talks have taken place, accusing the White House of backing down.
The president says his administration's negotiated with Iran for a long time.
And this time, they mean business.
And thinks a deal can happen.
They want peace. They've agreed they will not have a nuclear weapon, et cetera, et cetera. But we'll see. You have to get it done. But I would say there's a very good chance.
The president says he's delaying by 5 days plans to bomb Iran's power plants due to progress in the talks. But he did not say with whom the U.S. is talking. Both Iran's foreign minister and a parliament speaker deny any talks have actually happened. They're accusing the president of spinning a tale to boost markets and lower gas prices. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
Cloudy skies. We have 37 degrees, going down to 32 in Midtown. St. John students psyched as the Red Storm heads for a collision course with the Blue Devils. We'll tell you about that. But first, Wins News Time 10:11. Let's get you where you need to go with Kelly Dillon.
Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Busy on the outer bridge crossing into Jersey tonight. Right lane construction. The Goethals, much better. Quiet still at the Lincoln and Holland. No trouble across the George. The Brooklyn Bridge, a bit slow both ways. Roving Repairs has a lane down each way. The outbound Queens Midtown Tunnel now picking up with a lane of construction as well. Also getting busy in the Bronx on the northbound Deacon by 138th Street, right lane construction. The New York State Thruway is slow on the northbound side, approaching exit 4 now with a crash, knocking out at least the right lane. In Midtown, we're moving fine on the West Side Highway and the FDR, picking up in Queens on the northbound Van Wyck from Rockaway Boulevard on up into Hillside Ave. That is getting quite slow. Kelly Dillon, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Here is meteorologist Brian Thompson.
A few spots could still see a stray shower or even a sprinkle early on tonight. Otherwise, the sky's going to clear out. It will be brisk and colder tonight, low 32. A lot of sunshine heading into tomorrow. It's going to be kind of a cool day, although warmer than today was, a high of 47. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, low 38 in the city. It will be closer to 30 in some far northern and western suburbs. That warming trend continues into Wednesday and Thursday. Some sun will be followed by clouds Wednesday, a high of 52. And a mix of sun and clouds Thursday, a very warm afternoon as we'll get to a high of 66. Could be some showers, even a thunderstorm Thursday night. That's with a cold front that will knock temperatures back down into the 50s Friday and into the 40s by Saturday. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
37 degrees, cloudy, going down to 32 in Midtown. The March Madness party continues on the St. John's campus in Queens. The Red Storm will face number 1 seed Duke in the Sweet 16 Friday night.
Fans on campus at St. John's are going mad after watching St. John's bring home the win against Kansas.
Go St. John's.
All athletes at St. John's work pretty hard, so I think they deserve it.
Do you think they have a chance to win?
Yeah, I think they have a chance. I think they have a pretty tough match against Duke now, but if they all work hard together, I think they have a chance.
With watch parties on and off campus, all eyes were on Dylan Darling. He blew past the Kansas Jayhawks and made the game-winning layup before time ran out.
The final shot was crazy, so we have the momentum and we just need to go.
And the fans here at home will be cheering them on. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM at St. John's University.
If the Red Storm upsets the Blue Devils, they'll face the winner of UConn's battle with Michigan State. Both games ahead Friday night, with local fans hoping for another Patino versus Hurley showdown on the road to the Final Four. Spring is when demand for apartments goes up, but it'll be an uphill battle for those looking to find something affordable and within the recommended one-third of their monthly income after taxes. Manhattan's median rent just reached a record $5,000. It's $4,300 now in Brooklyn.
Olivia Wolford was lucky enough to find an affordable rent in Crown Heights.
I have one roommate. We pay $2,500 a month for a 2-bedroom. Pretty good deal. We had to scrounge the internet for it, but yeah, just being on street easy every day.
Not only are median rents at all-time highs, the vacancy rate is roughly 2%. Eliezer, who also lives in Crown Heights, said everyone there is being priced out.
Low income is not low income. It's elevating the rents.
And there's concern market rate rents will rise as Mayor Mamdani seeks to freeze rent on 1 million stabilized units across the city. Marla Diamond, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM in Brooklyn.
There's a new Wallet Hub survey of the most stressed states in America. They rank them by combining 40 indicators of stress across 4 categories: work, money, family, health, and safety. The state with the most stress is Louisiana, with the nation's highest poverty rate. Kentucky ranks second with many of the same problems. High violent crime per capita placed New Mexico in third. West Virginia and Arkansas round out the top 5. New York was the most stressed state in the tri-state area, ranking 18th on the list. Not great. New Jersey and Connecticut made the top 10 of the least stressed states at number 40 and number 43, respectively. Wallet Hub says South Dakota, Utah, Minnesota, New Hampshire, and Vermont are the least stressed states. Toyota's been building cars in America since a white Corolla rolled off a California assembly line 40 years ago. Today, the world's largest automaker announced a $1 billion investment at its U.S. plants.
Toyota has outlined plans to invest $1 billion at its plants in 2 states. The Toyota factory in Georgetown, Kentucky will receive $800 million to boost production of the RAV4 SUV and the Camry sedan, as well as to make a new electric vehicle. The Princeton, Indiana factory is set to get an additional $200 million to increase capacity for its Grand Highlander SUV.
Correspondent Jennifer Kuiper. The Japanese automaker says it's the latest chunk of a broader spending commitment of as much as $10 billion in the U.S. over the next 5 years. The updates you need the moment you need them. 1010 wins is always on.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
36 degrees, cloudy at 10:20. I'm Lane Bajardi, and here's what's happening. Members of the NTSB now on the scene at LaGuardia to probe the deadly collision of a jet and fire truck. We're hearing air traffic control instructions from just before impact.
Stop, truck 1. Stop. Stop, truck 1. Stop.
The airport is open again with many cancellations and delays. The Manhattan DA outlining allegations against a man accused of scamming food vendors, hoping for the permits they need to be legal in the city. A strike underway now at NYU, non-tenured faculty walking off the job. As Girl Scout cookie sales continue in the city, Thin Mints are ahead of Samoas in the latest tally. New concert dates announced for Wu-Tang Clan, including Jones Beach and the Jersey Shore. Rangers lose. Nets play late in Portland. AccuWeather says a stray shower early, otherwise clearing, brisk and colder tonight, low 32. Cool despite plenty of sunshine tomorrow, high 47. Winds News Time 10:21. Let's get you where you need to go with Kelly Dillon.
Busy on the Cross Bronx tonight, westbound heading into 3rd Ave as we now have a crash here, closing a lane. Also an accident on the northbound Bronx River Parkway, right past East Tremont Ave. That knocks out a lane. Bumper-to-bumper delays, quickly backing up. The northbound Deegan stop and go into 138th Street with right lane construction now. In Midtown, we've got construction on the southbound FDR into the 30s, backing up traffic. 2 lanes are out. The west side is better. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. We're looking okay through Nassau County on the LIE. No trouble on the northern or southern states either. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The inbound Brooklyn Bridge at a standstill with a lane of construction. Not too bad at the Lincoln or Holland, and across the George, we're looking okay. Just keep in mind inbound the 80-95 locals by exit 71, backing up with left lane construction. The express are a bit better. Kelly Dillon, 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM.
The Air Canada plane that crashed into a fire truck at LaGuardia last night remains on the runway, where an NTSB team is now gathering to investigate. We're hearing air traffic control audio from the time of the crash.
Who is the vehicle needed to cross the runway?
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop. Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop.
The truck did not stop. FAA Administrator Brian Bedford on why the fire tender was in a location where it could collide with the plane, killing 2 pilots, injuring several others.
We had a situation with United Airlines aircraft that had experienced an aborted takeoff. This is the reason why the fire and rescue crew had been deployed. Of course, the Air Canada flight was arriving on runway 4.
U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy recognized that there are questions about air traffic control decisions, but
as our airports go, LaGuardia is a very well-staffed airport. We're a couple controllers short in total, but it is a well-staffed airport. Again, 33 certified controllers that operate out of the tower here at LaGuardia.
We're hearing Transportation Safety Board members are facing the same issues trying to get to LaGuardia to investigate as every other traveler in the system.
Even with the airport back open, there's no shortage of delays and cancellations.
Our flight it's at 4:55, so it says it's still
it's still on
time. Yes.
Cesar Polanco got here 7 hours ahead, but didn't realize the airport was closed. Kelly Latinsky was also smart.
I was going to come like 4 hours early because I know it's like a 2 to 3 hour wait at TSA, and then I saw that my flight was delayed, so now I'm kind of up in the air of, is it empty or can I get right through?
A silver lining could be shorter TSA lines, at least to start, before the crush begins. Mac Rosenberg, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM at LaGuardia.
The Manhattan DA outlining allegations against a man accused of scamming food vendors, hoping for the permits they need to be legal in the city.
He scammed 3 different food truck vendors out of $50,000. And now Mohammed Arabi is behind bars and facing grand larceny charges.
We allege theft, larceny from 3 food vendors, but we're concerned that there may be others out there who also may have fallen prey to this scam.
Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg sitting down with us in an exclusive interview.
The defendant here preyed on food vendors, we allege, small businesses, entrepreneurs, and preyed upon them, suggesting to them and convinced them that he needed to be paid to get them certain city permits. And it was just a ruse.
After stealing the money from numerous victims, Arabi allegedly used $10,000 to sports bet. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM in Lower Manhattan.
Now, if you or someone you know thinks they have been scammed, call the DA's Immigration Affairs Unit hotline at 212-335-3600. A deli owner on Long Island busted for allegedly also having gambling machines.
Authorities say it was like something out of a movie. There was a secret room in the back of a deli grocery store in Uniondale that had a remote magnetic latch to get inside. Officers say when they got inside, they found $6,000 along with 6 gambling machines. The 51-year-old owner was given an appearance ticket. Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM on Long Island.
36 degrees, cloudy, going down to 32 in Midtown. Now, Bloomberg Money Watch.
President Trump today shelving his threatened strikes on Iranian energy targets for 5 days, saying the U.S. has had productive talks with the Speaker of the Iranian Parliament, and more talks by phone were happening today. Although Iran counters that no negotiations with the U.S. are taking place, with all the shelling and drone attacks on pause for now, Wall Street sent stocks surging higher. The major averages were off the highs of the session, but they all closed at least 1% to 1.33% higher. The Dow added 631 points. The Nasdaq up 299. The S&P was up by 75. I'm Tom Busby. Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time, 10:30.
Good evening, I'm Mario Bosques. Although classes went on, some students joined the picket lines at NYU. Non-tenured faculty members on strike.
A massive, noisy picket line here on Bleecker Street. Contract faculty walking out. Matthew Rohrer tells me wages are the big issue.
We are second-class citizens here in terms of full-time faculty. A lot of us make just unlivable wages in New York City.
Riley Norval is a spokesman for NYU.
So negotiations are still continuing. Both teams are at the negotiating table, and classes at NYU continue today.
Some students also came out at the end of their classes to join in solidarity with their professors. Juliet Papa, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time 10:31 is Get You Where You Need to Go with Kelly Dillon.
Bumper to bumper in the Bronx. The westbound Cross Bronx approaching 3rd Ave, getting word of a crash, closing a lane. Then an accident on the northbound Bronx River Parkway right past East Tremont Ave takes out a lane. The northbound Deegan also stop and go at 138th Street where there is right lane construction tonight. In Midtown, very busy on the southbound FDR from the 40s into the 20s now. 2 lanes are down with road work. The west side much, much better. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Busy on the inbound Brooklyn Bridge with a lane of construction work tonight. Outer Bridge crossing into Jersey, a busy ride with right lane construction, but not too bad with the Goethals. You can try and head there instead. Quiet still each way at the Lincoln and Holland. Inbound George at the tolls. We have a delay starting to build up about 20 minutes there as construction is setting up and into Jersey. Not too bad. Kelly Dillon, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Let's get a check of the AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Outside of an early sprinkle or shower in spots, it's going to be a mainly dry night tonight. The sky's going to be clearing out. It will be brisk and colder. Tonight's low about 32. A lot of sunshine on the way for tomorrow. A cool day, but a little warmer than today with a high of 47. Patchy clouds tomorrow night, lows down into the 30s. Warming up to 52 for a high on Wednesday. Some sunshine will fade behind increasing clouds, but we'll see a fair amount of sunshine heading into Thursday. It's going to be a very warm day, up to 66 degrees. Could see some showers, even a thunderstorm Thursday night, and showers wind down early in the day on Friday. It'll be a mostly cloudy and cooler day Friday, highs back in the 50s. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Start spreading the news. New York Yankees baseball is back in the Bronx. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, April 4th for a Yankee Stadium promotional giveaway tradition. Calendar night. The first 40,000 in attendance will receive a New York Yankees calendar courtesy of MasterCard. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Again, it's Yankees calendar night on Saturday, April 4th against the Miami Marlins. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
In one corner, Thin Mints, in the other, Samoas. The great Girl Scout cookie battle came to a conclusion this year, or this year anyway.
Thin Mints beat out Samoas this year as the most popular cookie, but we found some squarely in the Samoas corner.
Oh, Thin Mints are great too, but I think Samoas are even better. They have a good texture, you know?
And what do you like?
Because it's a combination of caramel, coconut, and chocolate.
Girl Scouts of Greater New York CEO Sherry Crow reports a banner season with over 900,000 boxes sold.
And we're hoping to sell 200,000 boxes over the next couple of days, which would send 100 girls to sleepaway camp.
New Yorkers satisfying much more than a sweet tooth. Marla Diamond, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Brooklyn.
Today, the U.S. Mint unveiled a new commemorative coin at George Washington's home in Virginia. This to recognize the nation's 250th.
For the continued prosperity of the United States of America. Hip, hip!
George Washington's Mount Vernon pulled out all the stops, even securing an impersonator to introduce the Revolutionary War Quarter, featuring the founding father himself.
Though it was my great honor to serve in the glorious cause of America.
As we look ahead to the 250th anniversary, we do so with optimism and purpose.
U.S. Treasurer Brandon Beach said, if any one person embodies